A is for Arcuri, Jennifer, a nice bit of skirt that you paid for to have sex with me. Waha! The B is for Brexit Bus, Bendy Bananas, Bum Boys, Bullingdon Boys, and Bannon, the far-right former Trump advisor from whom I have been taking helpful advice. Waha! B is also for Boris, which isn't actually my name. The C is for children. Who knows how many of them I have fathered? I'm not even sure I know myself. Waha! The D is for die in a ditch, which I vowed I'd sooner do than ask the EU for an extension, which of course I then did. The E is for Eton, the exclusive boarding school where I was educated. You can see just how highly they thought of me there. The F is for Fact Check UK, and similarly fake news. It is also for fuck business, and fuck families, specifically the families of victims from the 7/7 terrorist attack in London. The G is for Garden Bridge, which I spaffed 53 million on. It's for Get Stuffed, which was my response to warnings about cuts to the fire service. It's for Grand Wizards, the KKK alluding nickname that I adopted along with some other chaps. It's for Grope, which I have been accused of. And it's for Get Brexit Done, which I like to say every few seconds just to distract from all the other stuff. The H is for Hillsborough, which I called Liverpool Self-Pity City for banging on and on about. Get over it. The I is for Islamophobia, it's kind of my thing. And Irish border, which I have frequently displayed, I have no understanding of. The J is for the journalist I conspired to have beaten up, as well as the job as a journalist that I was sacked from for, you guessed it, lying. The K is for Kippers. Would you believe I even managed to lie about them? It's also for Kipling, whose colonial poem I recited in Burma, Myanmar, and Kim Darroch, the diplomat who I threw, under a bus. The L is for Letterbox, to which I compared the appearance of women wearing burqas. It's for Luxembourg, where I chickened out of giving a speech, and it's for Libya, which I said could be like Dubai once they cleared away all the dead bodies. What a card I am! The M is for minority, which my government crumbled to under my watch, and minorities. No love lost there. The N is for NHS, which I say isn't on the table, but absolutely is. And no deal, which would be catastrophic, but I would do it for short-term electoral gain. The O is for Obama, who I was racist about, and Orban, the far-right Hungarian Prime Minister, who I congratulated. The P is for prorogation, Pinocchio, Petronella, someone else I had an affair with, and I was fired from the shadow cabinet for lying about that. Pickaninnies, which is what I call African people, and Papua New Guinea, who I called cannibalistic chief killers. The Q is for Queen, who I lied to. The R is for the Russian report I'm sitting on. The rubles that keep my party afloat. And the Remainer I used to be, until it became convenient for my ambitions to go the other way. The S is for single mothers, who I attacked for bringing up ill-raised, ignorant, aggressive and illegitimate children. It's for spaffed up the wool, which is how I described money spent on investigations into historical child abuse, and it is for Surrender Act, which I refused to stop saying despite MPs receiving death threats. The T is for tennis, which I played with the wife of a former Putin minister in exchange for a substantial donation to the Conservative Party. It's also for Trump, who I'm great pals with now, despite what I may have said previously. It's also for Turkey, which I lied about joining the EU during the Brexit campaign. Bit of a racist dog whistle, that one. And Telegraph, who have been firm supporters and even employers of mine. Thank you, chaps. T is also for the terrorism upon which I am currently attempting to capitalise electorally. The U is for the unsigned letter I sent to the EU asking for an extension. Real grown-up politics, that. It is also potentially for unseated in Uxbridge. Watch this space. Yeah. The V is for vote leave, for whom I was a key figurehead and who were found to have broken electoral law. Fortunately, as the referendum was technically non-binding, the consequences were limited to a paltry fine of £61,000, which, like the £250,000 salary the Telegraph paid me, is chicken feed. I'm sure you will agree. The W is for the working class British men I described as drunk, criminal and feckless. The water cannons I made a loss of £300,000 on. The whiskey tariffs that I banged on about at a Sikh temple of all places. Turns out they don't drink, who knew? The withdrawn whip of the 21 colleagues I purged from my party for not playing bull. Watermelon smiles, yes, Africans again, and of course Wibble. The X is for my ex-wives. The Y is for the Yellow Hammer document I didn't want you to see, in case you realised how disastrous no deal would be. And finally, the Z is for the zip wire I got stuck on. But more pertinently, it is for Zaghari-Ratcliffe, Nazanin, the British-Iranian charity worker imprisoned in Tehran, whose fate I exacerbated when as Foreign Secretary I implied she was training journalists to bring down their government.